We recently got some huge news for Warhammer Inquisitor Martyr. The closure of the Season of Malediction marks an end of an era for the game. Yes, you heard right. This was the last season they released. But with that, they also gave us news of a transformative new feature. This upcoming update will completely change the way you play the game, from January 30 onwards. The seasonal journey is more than just a new addition. It is the culmination of years of dedication and continuous improvement by the developers. As a testament to their commitment to the player community, the seasonal journey incorporates all 7 previously released seasons into the game, available simultaneously and free of charge. So now you will have the opportunity to relive or experience for the first time the distinct characteristics of each past season. With the seasonal journey, players gain the ability to select any season they desire from the character creation screen. From the first fire-themed season of Inferno to the latest season of Malediction, each with its unique challenges, items, abilities and objectives. The game will become a tapestry of experiences. This feature will be really nostalgic for seasoned players who may have missed earlier seasons or yearn to revisit their favorite builds and moments from the past. It offers a unique chance to delve into the game's history and witness its evolution firsthand. Unlike previous seasons, the seasonal journey introduces a groundbreaking shift by making all seasonal features, items, abilities and objectives a permanent part of the game. This move gives us access to content that was once limited by time constraints, creating a really inclusive environment for players, whether they joined the community recently or have been loyal followers from the beginning. The game's compendium serves as a comprehensive guide, offering details on each season and facilitating a seamless transition into the wealth of available content. In addition to celebrating the game's past, the seasonal journey serves as a prelude to the eagerly anticipated offline mode, fulfilling a promise made by the developers. The strategic inclusion of all past content in preparation for the offline mode ensures that players have access to a treasure trove of experiences, even in the absence of an internet connection. This is the best thing they could have done in my opinion, if they are moving on from the title. They could have just given us the offline mode and let everything else be a thing of the past. But no, they did the right choice for the community and included every free game experience they released at the grasp of our hands. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to see more seasons and development of the game. But giving us this update really rounds up the experience, and for the first time, it allows players to grind for all items they have released and create builds without time constraint. If the seasonal characters are as before, you will be able to share the stash with your off-season characters. So you have access to all the loot you could ever want to create the ultimate build. And lastly, they still have some surprises left for the game to announce. I'm really curious on what they will do, since the game seems to be finalized with that update. Personally, I really hope for a sequel. I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what your guesses are. Before I finish the video, let me show you some seasonal highlights you don't want to miss out on. The first thing to note is that a lot of seasonal enchants, like this one for example, got implemented to the main enchant pool of the game. But other ones we never got, like this one, that increases your XP gain up to 40%. If you find one at a lower level and you bring it over to your main stash, you will have a great leveling boost for all your future characters.
But wait! There's more!
That's right, there are even more enchants for specific seasons. If you look down here, you can see what enchants you can roll on weapons. Those can be rolled on armor, and they can even be rolled on any relic enchant. On this off-season character, I still have items left from the season of the Warp Surge. If I combine the enchant that spawns warp flags on champion kills with the one that gives us a warp aura, then you can see that we can have seasonal mechanics active on a non-seasonal character. So the warp aura here still works the same as it did in the season. Just imagine what build possibilities we have now with access to all those items at any time. Another insane enchant I can recommend is in the Season of the Empyrean Echoes, their redemption enchant on an inoculator. With a high enemy density, you could have the inoculator effect up most of the time, which means a huge healing and damage boost if you use things like Blood Balm and Psychons. A unique enchant from the same season would be the one that casts a Warp Nova when you get struck. This enchant in a Reflect Chance build might be a way to completely passively play the game without using the Heat Aura. The Season of Judgment might be a good starting point for most players. First of all, none of the enchants have ever been added to the main enchant pool. And second, it has some of the best enchants we have ever seen. We get things like Wrath of the Void on any two-hand weapon that gives us a Warp Aura, which stacks up to 5 times. For anyone who is familiar with the Fire Aura Psalm Doctrine, knows how strong it can be. It's not only about the damage itself, auras in this game can trigger a lot of on-hit effects, which can be insanely strong. Tranquility could also be interesting for Psychers, if you wanted to play at a low warp heat. If you increase and decrease warp heat, you can get benefits like this one, for example, this one in the support tree, or this one in the health tree. And we even got 3 enchants that increase our AoE capability. The difference in clear speed of AoE builds compared to single target builds can be staggering. With enchant like the channel skill damage is dealt in a 6 meter radius, we can for the first time use an eviscerate build that effectively deals with groups of enemies, not only with a single target. Or this one would have a similar effect, but it counts for every attack, not only the channeled one. With this enchant you could make attacks like Strike and Execute on a Great Axe much more effective. Now just combine it with the Iron Blend from the same season for some ludicrous area of effect radius increase. Also, one of the best items we have ever got in the game has to be the Harbinger of Judgment belt equipment. The triggered holy spells can make AoE builds even more ridiculous, and it can elevate any single target builds to new heights. Let me show you what I mean. I will be using a heavy bolter that has 3 single target skills combined with a Harbinger of Judgment. Let me show you the effect on a group of enemies now. From my knowledge, this is how it works. You cannot have the seasonal exclusive buff active that grants movement speed and bonus damage. But with this item you can still trigger holy spells. The Holy Nova stuns enemies and increases elemental damage. Holy Lightning deals damage to nearby enemies, increases the physical damage taken by 30%. So this is a great way to deal AoE damage on a single target build. And Holy Inferno gives a way to AoE burn enemies. So if you have a build that benefits from dots, this could be a good way to apply burns without dealing direct fire damage. The Holy Nova could be great in combination with this enchant that makes stunned enemies explode on kill, dealing 300 to 500% base damage. And with the Holy Inferno effect that applies burns, you could have a great way to gain Berserk or Enrage tokens with this enchant, or spread even more burns if you use this one. I hope I gave you some great ideas for the upcoming patch, and I'm really curious what you guys want to do in the seasonal journey. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will definitely come back to make content for the game in 2024, so see you guys in the next one.